Rain lashed against the windows of Wayne Manor, each drop a tiny fist beating against the glass. Inside, Alfred Pennyworth placed a steaming cup of Earl Grey on the table beside Bruce Wayne, who was staring blankly at the back computer's screen. The city's crime rates were displayed in stark, glowing charts. For the first time in years, they were trending down, sharply. Perhaps a night off is in order, sir, Alfred suggested, his voice a gentle counterpoint to the storm outside. The city seems to be behaving itself. Bruce didn't reply. He hadn't put on the cowl in a week. There were no frantic calls from Commissioner Gordon. No Riddler puzzles scrawled on bank walls. No Penguin smuggling operations to disrupt. There was just quiet. A deafening, unsettling quiet. He had spent his life chasing the shadows, fighting the monsters that lurked within them. But what happens when the shadows recede? Who is Bruce Wayne when Gotham doesn't need Batman? The question gnawed at him. He walked through the echoing halls of the manor. A ghost in his own home. He tried focusing on Wayne Enterprises, on philanthropy, on the life he was supposed to have. But it all felt like a poorly fitting suit. The thrill, the purpose, was gone. The Batman was a creature of the night, fueled by tragedy and a relentless drive for justice. Without the fight, the creature was starving. One evening, driven by a restlessness he couldn't shake, he found himself in Crime Alley. Not as Batman, but as Bruce. He wore a simple coat and walked the wet streets where his life had been irrevocably shattered. He saw a young boy, no older than 10, trying to sell wilted flowers to passersby. His face smudged with dirt and determination. An older man roughly shoved the boy, sending his flowers scattering into a puddle. Before Bruce could react, a woman rushed out from a nearby bakery. "Hey, leave him alone," she yelled, placing herself between the man and the boy. She helped the boy gather his ruined flowers, then handed him a warm loaf of bread from her shop. "Here," she said with a kind smile. "Go home." It's too late to be out. Bruce watched, frozen. It wasn't a grand battle. There were no exploding buildings or desperate chases. It was a simple act of kindness, a flicker of light in the darkness. And in that moment, he understood. He had trained his body to be a weapon, his mind to be a detective's tool. He had become a symbol of fear, to strike at the heart of crime. But he had forgotten something. He had forgotten that Gotham wasn't just a collection of criminals and victims. It was a city of people. People who, on a rainy night, would stand up for a child. People who would offer bread to a stranger. The Batman was a symbol, yes. But a symbol's power isn't just in striking fear. It's in inspiring hope. The quiet in Gotham wasn't a sign of his irrelevance. It was a sign of his success. He had held the line, pushed back the overwhelming darkness just enough for the city's own light to start shining through. Returning to the cave, Bruce looked at the cowl, not with a sense of loss, but with a new understanding. The mission wasn't over. It was evolving. Maybe Gotham didn't need a vengeful specter every single night. Maybe, just maybe, it needed Bruce Wayne more. It needed someone to invest in bakeries, to fund community centers, to build a city where a boy didn't have to sell flowers in a dangerous alley. The storm outside had passed, and through the skylight of the cave, Bruce could see the first hints of dawn. He smiled, a genuine, peaceful smile. The Batman would always be there, waiting in the shadows. But for the first time, Bruce Wayne was ready to step into the light. Thank you so much for watching. What do you think of this take on the Dark Knight? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more content. We'll see you in the next one.